All right, here comes video number 2. Depending on the order I upload these, actually. But Tyler of Drawn Talk is the gift that keeps on giving, ladies and gentlemen. And this goes back, tying into the talk of the last week or so about entitlement and obligation in the indie comics world. And if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, this and that and whatnot. Here we go. So many indie comic creators are entitled bitches. There, I said it. Y'all were mad in 2018 when you couldn't get EVS show to get promoted. Now you're mad at Eric July isn't sharing. Here's a story for you. In 2018, I got on EVS show to promote my book, The Silly Goose. However, the 6-hour stream was focused on Star Wars drama and my book never got promoted. Well, here's mistake number 1. I would have sat there for 6 hours. After about an hour of that, I'd be like, oh, I'm out. I felt so stupid. I waited 6 hours for nothing. Then I made a promise to myself. And that promise was this. I would never rely on the help or promotion of others to make my comics happen. So what did I do? I started grinding on YouTube and Twitter and took a shit ton of marketing courses and started building. Well, it's kind of incorrect. Because you were still, before you went on the EVS show, and I know because I was there, you were still doing YouTube videos and grinding. What you thought was, though, that going on EBS's show would give you a bump, right? While still doing all the things you were doing. You didn't decide to do all these things after the fact. You did them during the fact and before the fact. To this day, all my projects have been funded. I'm doing great, and I'm having a silly goose time. The point I'm trying to make is this. Stop relying on others. Take the time to learn what you need. Spend less time botching. You just botched right there. It's called bitching. Spend less time bitching on YouTube and start learning. Make 2024 golden. Not everyone's going to be capable of doing that. Not everyone's going to have a product that they can build a fan base around. They think that they do. They might get 20 people out of a world of 7 billion. You really need something hot, man. And if you ever need marketing help, just reach out to me and I will point you in the way of the pigtail. There you go. So let's see some of the comments here. B.A. Turner just says, why not tag the man? Ethan Van Skyber. As Tyler says, it's not necessary to point out for the point I'm trying to make, because who struggle to read and understand context will think I'm attacking him when I'm not. It's a jab, but sure. How's it a jab? You complain about this one stream multiple times and it framed it as if he ignored you or something. How about having some patience to see if it would have gotten a second chance? We won't agree, obviously. It just seems odd to talk about someone in a tweet and not tag them. No, people fucking do it all the time, man. If someone really wants to know who's talking about who, then maybe they need to go snoop and do the work themselves instead of hoping that a magical little notification is going to come up. I had EVS on my stream and I told him this story. I'm not mad at him. I'm not angry. I don't harbor any negativity on that encounter. I don't know why I'm making Tyler sound like this. I just like doing voices when I do these readovers, so Tyler, don't get mad. It was an eye-opener, and it pushed me to focus on my own marketing rather than worry about others doing it for me. So chill, dude. This isn't a jab. Well, keep that in mind. Certainly appeared that way to outsiders. This is the internet, right? Anyone can read in anything in any sentence. There's no tone on the internet. Well, now you know the context, and you can forever know that this is a story that is never going to be jab on EVS. It was pushed to me to focus on my own marketing. Otis, when you seen Otis around? Otis says, I read it as a life lesson being shared. If it was just a complaint, you likely would have learned nothing and still been nowhere with your own promotional efforts. Ethan Van Skyver is coming in. Oh, Tyler blocked me. What's he saying?
Nyobi says, dude, I just make a comic.
I just make a comic. He's complaining about the time that he was on your channel. You such a retard, B.A. Turner. We literally just had this exchange, and I said I wasn't complaining and that I was grateful for the experience because it pushed me forward. Wow, petty name calling, classy again. So it looks like ding ding ding.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome.
Looks like a new feud is brewing in the CWE, the Comics Wrestling Experience. Okay, the CWE. That's what we're gonna call this now. And in the CWE, we got a new feud going on. We got Tyler trying to be a babyface, and B.A. Turner, who's looking like the heel, but looks like a face turn is happening. Like it's almost like a switcheroo, right? So they're battling who's going to be the hero here. Okay. I'm not going to be classy with you, dude. I'm typically classy to everyone as much as I can, but when you try and pull off what you did and are doing, I stop. The last two threads, you were trying to get me into fight EVS when I have no reason to fight him, and you're still trying. So now they're trying to bring in a third wrestler, but this wrestler is from a bigger organization, right? And he's like the champ of that organization. He's probably not going to come. Oh, I'm going to come. Why drop his name in a way it could look negative? You do you. Why are you in charge of his PR? Why do you need to babysit and police what people think and say about him? And if this looks negative on him, then that's people's unable to focus on the actual purpose of the story. You are a perfect example of this. I just see through your BS, and I've seen you take jabs over the past year. Everyone takes jabs. So I like B.A. Turner, but Mr. Turner, let me tell you, everyone takes jabs at each other, right? That's part of the wrestling business. And I know you're going to say this is comic books, but no, it's the wrestling business. Every single one of these creators is a personality in the ring. And every single one of these creators has an ego to a certain extent. And every one of these creators, when they go on YouTube, the camera is on, just like when you leave the backstage of a wrestling arena and you enter into the ring, you're now, quote unquote, in character, okay? And some people say, oh, I'm just me, I'm not a character, but usually we are, right? So when I am just being myself around the house, I'm not as loud and rambunctious as I am online. I just it's like Stone Cold Steve Austin said, I just take my personality and I jack it to 10, sometimes 11, right? So people are going to take jabs, right? Wrestlers take jabs at each other on Twitter all the time. It's part of building business. Some of it's a work, some of it is definitely kayfabe, and some of it is legit heat. Heat is when you have a problem with someone else. If you ever hear that term, I got heat with someone, it means you got a problem with someone, or they got a problem with you. So I make a lot of wrestling terminology when I do these things. This is the easiest way to explain how comic books actually work, because it works just like the wrestling business. You can be Ethan's babysitter when there are actual jobs for me to take. Also, I'm sure Ethan can take care of himself. Yeah, I'm surprised Ethan hasn't chimed in on this yet. As for jabs, I have 0 right now. The thread is to motivate people to better themselves and not rely on others. If you're only focused on the EVS part, shame. Shame, shame, shame. And now this. So was this just a rehash of or whatever? So Ethan has responded here. So I got to get into my Ethan voice here.
Nyobi says, dude, I just make a comic.
I just make a comic. Tell Tyler that it's hard to sell a comic to an audience that feels coldly towards you. My fans didn't know him. Back then, he was on the show to be fun and funny and win them over. And come back the next day or whatever and build a connection with the customer base. Well, you didn't give him a chance to do that. I can tell you that because I watched the fucking show, right? Sometimes when you're the host of the show, and I'll tell you how to be a good host. I do this all the time. Is that you got to single out people once in a while. You blah, 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 blah. Hey, Max, what do you think? Oh, boss, this is what I think, okay? Hey, Tyler, man, what do you think? Oh, silly goose, okay? That's how it's done. You sometimes have to direct the question to them to get them talking in the first place. If you're just expecting Tyler to interject and butt in at an awkward time when all your friends who are already comfortable on that show are having a silly goose time, it's a little hard for him to do, right? You got to throw them the bone. He would have done better not to complain. Glenn says, your point is valid, but to put the rest of it, there was no drama here. It was an acknowledgement of failed expectations that a single string could possibly boost sales, which it can sometimes, though, let's be honest, which led to an actual personal growth and effort to market themselves. Just interpret it differently. Sure, but people need to help grow an audience. I've helped introduce countless creators to a customer base that buys comics, but they need to get to know you first. Makes sense to me. Building a rapport takes time. This whole indie discussion and this platform seems to revolve around entitlement and unreasonable marketing expectations at the moment. Some will roll their sleeves up and get to work while others will just complain. Yeah, and it's not all or nothing proposition. You need help, but you still need to take that help and build from it. Here's the problem. I sound like fucking not Tim Lim, but Tim Pool. Here's the thing. Here's the problem. The problem is that a lot of this success that's been built, all these sales, all these backers, are not genuinely actual comic book fans that go to the comic book store. These are, generally speaking, other creators who are backing each other and feel like their help, that their support is not being reciprocated. That's the problem. So I think creators need to stop backing creators, period. Everyone needs to stand on their own 2 feet then and let only readers back your book, right? So, like, let's say I have 400 backers and 250 of them happen to be other creators. And I don't think that's a far stretch, to be honest with you. Maybe it's time that, creators stop backing other creators' books, and let's see where the dust really settles. Let's see how many actual, genuine fans are out there. Let's make that a challenge. I'm putting that out there to the world. You know what I mean? I'm putting that out there to the world. I'm more interested in this new feud, though, between Tyler and B.A. Turner, because I want both on the show. In fact, I offer to host a live stream for these two tonight because I got nothing going on. I was going to go to the gym and stuff, but the weather is really, really shitty, and I think it's just safer to stay in. So let's do something else. Let's do a live stream, Tyler and B.A. Turner, and I'm going to tweet about this. Okay, I'm gonna make a tweet. I'm going to ask if both of you guys are available, and I know Tyler's probably still on vacation. And if that's the case, I'll bring on just B.A. because I haven't had him on the show, at least not in a long time. Let's go ahead and talk. Let's talk about this, man. Let's settle the score. God damn it, I'm Vince McMahon. I just want to scroll down. Mike says here, because his soccer accounts will find it anyway, and Tyler's not trying to start drama. He's using it as an explanation. No need to bring the sunshine into the conversation. He might even agree, Yeah. Look, you don't have to help anyone. There's no law. Like we said this earlier, right? I think it's nice, and it's just a suggestion that you throw someone a bone. I do it all the time. Look, I'll see a campaign that I like, that I'm generally, even though I have no interest in backing it because I'm broke, I'll still give them a shout out. I still will bring people on my show. In fact, I got contacted by someone I don't even know via email saying that he heard I was a show to go on, and he would like to know if he can come on my show and promote his comic. Not knowing a goddamn thing about him, I said yes. Now, could that decision, in theory, bite someone in the ass down the road? Sure. But I can't operate my life in fear like that. We're going to bring the guy on and see what he's got to say and see what's going on, Now, not everyone has the time to do that, right? I get it. Some people have family. Some people have, demanding jobs. Some people are just very busy, like Eric July. I get it. But even if Eric July made, say a half-hour show once a month, and he just brings on a creator that he sees promise in, how much that could elevate said creator? And it's just not Eric July, right? Just don't think I'm pinning this all on Eric July. If Ethan has done it, and he has done it, if Brian Polito would do it, he doesn't do that. None that I've ever seen. He barely goes on other people's shows, so I try to get him on mine several times. If the bigger guys could do that just once in a while, That's sort of like paying it back, right? Hey, all you little guys are the reason why I'm successful, because all you little guys bought into me. So let me pay it back a little bit. Let me reciprocate that favor just a little bit. Anyway, that's what I got to say on the subject. I'm sure I'm pissing all kinds of people off now. It's kind of what I do. Let me know how wrong I am in the comments and set me straight. But while you do that, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for a word from our sponsor. I wonder who that is. Nyobi, who's the sponsor? All right, guys, if you're wondering who today's video sponsor is, look no further. It is me, Austin. It is me all along. And I just like to talk about, people ask, I like to buy Nyobi. How do I get some pigtails in my life? Where do I get started? Do you have any sites? What can I do to get your books in my hands? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're going to provide you that answer right meow. So here it goes, man. The first way you can do it, and probably the best way, is to my Shopify store. You can access that at nyobicomics.myshopify.com, or you can simply go to the YouTube channel where you're watching this video now. Go to the main page and click on Store. There you will see Nyobi items up for grabs. Just click on one and proceed from there. Now, let's say you're an eBay buyer. You like eBay, use eBay? Well, we got you covered there. ebay.ca. USR, Nyobicomic. If you just type in Nyobi on eBay, you're going to find me. I got several listings there. And on eBay, typically you're going to find the harder to get variants, a little bit of our more expensive items, and harder to find back issues. So if collectibles are your thing, eBay is where you want to go for more Nyobi. Where else can you get Nyobi? Maybe eBay's too expensive for you. Maybe you read on a budget. Maybe you like having books on a tablet, on a phone, read them on your PC, whatever. So get Nyobi at Gumroad, nyobicomics.gumroad.com. It's great for those who read on digital. We got lots of great items there. You can buy them for $5 or less. Nyobi on digital, gumroad.com. Now, the other way you can get Nyobi is by going to your local comic book shop. Just the other day, Nyobi Birthright was released by Antarctic Press and in shops nationwide, worldwide. So go into your local comic shop, ask if they have any Nyobi. If they don't, ask them if they can order it. And if we happen to be in a time where we haven't released anything in a little while, maybe see if there's any Nyobi in those back issue bins. So Nyobi at your local comic book shop. But that's not all. You go to antarcticpress.myshopify.com. Antarctic Press, of course, is the label that publishes Nyobi. You can go ahead and buy Nyobi directly from them online as well. So go ahead and give Antarctic Press, give AP some love, and tell Ben Dunn I said hello. But that's not it, folks. Our major way to get Nyobi, our preferred way, honestly, when it comes right down to the end of it here, is you can get Nyobi on Kickstarter when we release them. We'll be doing Nyobi Outbreak number 3 in March. We'll have all the Nyobi goodies that you can shake a stick at, plus Savage Sim, plus Nyobi Penguina, plus more. Nyobi Kickstarter. Kickstarter is where our biggest fan base is. It's where we make the most amount of money. It is what we plug the most. All those other things I went over just a little while ago, those are great if you're looking to catch up. If you're looking to get the latest, greatest, the newest issue of Nyobi as it comes out, Kickstarter is the way to go. But with that being said, however you get Nyobi in your life, we appreciate it. Nyobi 2024 is going to be the year of the pigtail. We got so much lined up, man. It's going to be crazy. So thank you very much for tuning in to this video. Stay tuned for more videos. And just know, I'm always the sponsor, Rost.